Hello friend, welcome back. As we all know that there is a less space in SelectorsHub and SelectorsHub Pro both if you open SelectorsHub in DevTools like this. Okay, so how can you optimize the space, because you have to scroll down to see all the selectors, which all selectors, possible selectors it has generated like this. You have to scroll, right? And there could be a many chance that you are not using jQuery, this test trigger path, index path, or CSS selector or relative XPath, right? So in that case, how you can optimize this space? And like suppose if you are someone who is just opening like this DevTools, then there are like lot many selectors which could be useful for you, but they are down below, and which are not useful, which are those are on top. And if you are using SelectorsHub Pro, the same thing, like there could be some selectors which you might not be using, but they are like there on at the bottom, so you have to scroll down, right? So how can you see only required selectors and you can optimize the space? So here I will show you both in SelectorsHub Pro and the free version. There is a customize UI option. You can, from here you can hide those selectors which you don't need, and you can just keep those selectors on which you required. Like just click on customize UI here, and you will see that here is scroll up, like you can uncheck which are not required, which you don't need. Like let's say you don't need tag name, you don't need JS path, jQuery, test trigger path, and you don't need, let's say you are not working with playwright, so you can uncheck the playwright selector as well. You don't want to see absolute XPath, and up to you, like whichever you don't want, you can just uncheck. Like for an example, I will just uncheck everything which I don't need, like index XPath, and for example I don't need the relative CSS selector as well. I just need relative XPath, ID, class name, name. Okay, and also some of the buttons also, if you don't want, you can also hide them. Now let's go back, and now you see how clean SelectorsHub is. Now I will inspect, and I can see just only those selectors which are possible for that particular element and are possible. You just inspect the element, it will show only those out of which you have selected there in under customize UI. Those it will show whichever is possible. Isn't it amazing? Like you can keep it very neat and clean. And if you are opening SelectorsHub here on the side panel, here also it will show only those which you have checked. So this way you can just see only those selectors which you want to see. You don't have to like you don't need to keep everything there on the top. So you see only those which are required, it is showing. So very neat and clean, no confusion. Similarly, like if you are using free version, let me just show you here itself first, and there is a customize UI button. Click on this and you can just uncheck whichever is not required for you. So you just keep only few whichever you need, and then you can hide like pretty much everything. So now if you will go back here, so you see only those which are required for you, those are upfront. So this way you can optimize the space in SelectorsHub and SelectorsHub Pro. And like you just do setting at one place, either in DevTools or in the side panel, you will be able to get the like setting change both the places. So here also this is now very neat and clean. In less space you have everything. Here this is the here it will be customize UI button in the DevTools. So if you want to do it from here, you can do it from here. Similarly, like if you don't want this these toggles and everything, like whatever you don't need, like let's say you don't want case sensitive button, right toggle, left toggle, so everything you can hide. Whichever you don't need, you can just hide those buttons. So this is now very clean, neat and clean UI. Similarly for the Pro version, if you don't need those buttons, like here under customize UI, you have those options. Whichever you don't want, you can just uncheck from here. Good. I hope this tutorial you found useful, and you will be able to enjoy, and you will be able to customize the UI of SelectorsHub and SelectorsHub Pro both. So that way you can like make it best use, and you will have neat and clean UI. Also, if you guys are using SelectorsHub by clicking on this drop down, so I just wanted to tell you that you can drag and drop these panels here and there wherever you want. So I have kept both at the first position, so you can just drag and drop like this. So you will not have to click on those arrows as well, and you always have them upfront. So this way you can optimize the SelectorsHub UI, SelectorsHub Pro UI, and you just have only those selectors upfront which you need. Thank you so much. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also check out these awesome informative videos and keep watching more videos on SelectorsHub channel. Thank you.